Sky Squad, we are back in the building. Well, okay, we're in a building. I'm in my hotel room here in Bangkok, Thailand. Y'all, your boy is so jet lagged. But it's two things we gotta talk about. Okay? Well, three really. One is y'all better get on that next group trip. We got Zanzibar coming up, we got Thailand coming up, and I'm in negotiations for another one, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to work out the details now. But tap in because these trips are life changing and the crew is on their way. Can we talk about Latasha real quick? Latasha Scott and this freestyle. Yes! This like confessions slash residual challenge. Okay, so first of all, I have been wondering, where is Latasha Scott? What has she been up to? Like, it's been on my mind. I have been saying to somebody else, I think I said it a couple of weeks ago in an interview or a collab. I was like, yo, we need another SWV and Xscape show, or Xscape and some other group, right? And I think I might have said it on a live. And so it's funny that I see online, I saw it first on Bondi Blues page, but of course I was in transit, so I couldn't really like stop and talk about it. And then I saw it on, I think it was the Bravo Shade Room, and now I'm looking at Vibe, right? I went OG classic on them. Okay, Vibe magazine, Vibe.com. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, the headline reads: Latasha Scott pleads for reconciliation with estranged sister. You've been on my mind. Okay, with her sister Tamika on this Residuals freestyle. Now, the byline is that she also reveals that she's been separated from her husband for 2 years. Now, I felt like it was just 2 years ago that we found out all this information. Did she get separated right after the show? Right after the album dropped? Like, when did she get separated? Let's get into it. All right. And how you gonna make this a freestyle challenge? Like, I feel like, wouldn't the real challenge be reconciling with your sister? I mean, I do. There is something to be said for putting this in a song, because I feel like that's what artists are supposed to do. They're supposed to put their, their heart, their heartache, their happiness, their creativity into the work. And so, I can't fault her for it. It just seems real weird to say it all and then not be acting on it. Like, you're trying to make this into some type of like social media challenge, but really the challenge is yours and yours and your families. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a weird type of way to make a challenge, I think, in my opinion. But if it's a step in the right direction and it opens a door, then I don't really care about how she did it. The key is to open that door. But let's get into some of the lyrics, okay? All right. She revealed that she is split from her husband, Rocky, after 30 years because he allegedly had a baby by somebody else. She says, quote, reading through them comments saying he having a baby, I don't know who's lying and maybe I was blind, she sings. Now, again, she's noted that they have been separated for 2 years. But had anybody heard that? I mean, I know it's not really our business, that's their marriage or whatever like that, but because he was such a prevalent, like, force in her life, I figured we would have heard something about this at this point. You know what I'm saying? But she's kind of been out of the spotlight as far as, I think, on a lot of our radars in terms of, like, number one, when you look at what Xscape is doing in general in terms of like the touring and stuff like that, and you think about the reality space in general as well, which she wasn't really always that much a part of anyway, except for this show and what R&B Divas, and the previous Xscape show. Outside of that, we really didn't see much of her on reality TV, I don't think. So we wouldn't really be talking about her a lot. And I don't know what the gospel album did. So anyway, then she makes some Xscape references. The first being, as Vibe states, who can I run to? Feels like nobody lately. And then the second one, where she pretty much name drops Xscape. And it kind of feels like, to me, a very weird way of, like, again, opening that door, but doing so publicly. And I wonder if she's done any of these things privately. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm a member of Xscape, or if I'm her sister, if I'm hearing this freestyle for the first time and I haven't gotten a phone call or a text message, I'm going to look at this like it's a stunt. I can see somebody feeling like that, especially if they've been skeptical of her behaviors in the past. But again, admitting that you're wrong is usually the first step. Now, I guess it may not matter how she does it, depending on who the receiver is, because it ain't for me. It's for her sister, and it's for the group members to decide. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you my reflections. These are my reflections, okay? On her residuals. Freestyle. Anyway, she also says she missed her sister. She says it's a crazy feeling, but y'all know family-ish be needing time for healing. And that's true. You know, we all know how that goes with family. She says, even in a marriage, ain't nobody perfect. We've been split 2 years and my heart is hurting. 30 years just washed away. It took some time, some years for me to escape this pain. I think the thing that people are really probably trying to process is, like, girl, did y'all ever resolve this money with the residuals? Like, I mean, that's what we really want to know, and we're going to get to that. Then she addresses losing everything, listing her marriage, family, my blood. Then she goes on to describe losing her sister and getting kicked out of her group as insane, and called out social media for tearing her down. I think that we reacted to the show. That's what we did. We reacted to the show. And that's really what it was. And because the claims on the show were so shocking to us, then I'm pretty sure the reaction was equally as shocked across social media, to be honest with you. And then the way she handled all of that during that period of time just made her look like she was being a diva. And it came across as making her look untrustworthy because of the allegations that were being put out there, right? So then she concludes the freestyle with saying, "You have my word, we gonna have some words," she says, speaking to her sister directly, okay? With regards to those residuals. Now, nobody has responded collectively or individually as per Vibe, but Coco did respond and say, "This is so dope, sis," from SWV. Taj says, "Sometimes we need to fall to look up. I'm proud of you." You know, and I think that I always try to leave room for grace for people in situations where it's like, can it be resolved? Yeah, but I do think that a phone call to the people might have done a much better job first, because we, the public, are not really the people that you have the obligation to apologize to. That would be your group mates, and that would be your sister. Now, I do feel like people will also say, well, public disrespect should warrant public respect, right? Like a public apology. And I agree. But I also feel like, because this just came out of left field, if it ain't been said to them yet, it's going to come across as disingenuous. And that's just the facts. you know, hopefully they can fix this whole situation. I mean, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. Real quick, we got some Karen updates, some outside, in and out of the courtroom type stuff. I told y'all my girl Taria was there. I think she did a interview with Kempire as well. The Bravo Shade Room happened to catch a couple of snaps. And they talked about Karen as she was being taken into custody. She yelled out, "Love you, Ray. God's got you. You will be all right. God bless you." Giselle reacted. Okay. She says, quote, "I am shook. This just happened today. I do not have her wigs. I'm concerned. In all seriousness, I am concerned for her safety. Karen ain't cut out for jail. I pray that she's okay and that the Lord is with her." That's per Gibson Johns. And then back to Taria. She says that Karen has signed up to participate in a program where she has a handheld breath device. It will require her to blow 4 times a day, and the results will go to whomever she chooses. Ray said the kids are a little hurt by this. Her lawyer asked if Ray was aware of everything that Karen has done in the last few months to get help. He says yes. He told the judge that Karen is doing very well and has recovered from her accident, and Karen was crying. He said Karen had the hang of working the system prior to 2011. All warnings went in one ear and out the other, but she remained undeterred. The judge was not playing. And apparently Karen apologized for bringing this to trial and was arrogant in thinking she could handle alcohol. Now, someone else commented and said the judge in the Karen Huger case said you were filled to the gills with alcohol. Taria goes on to state that the judge said Karen is no stranger to drinking while driving on our roads. When she got a PBJ in 2007, one would think Miss Huger learned her lesson. In 2008, before the ink was dry on the other one, she was arrested again. You know, there's really nothing else we can really say about the whole Karen situation outside of, you know, just hoping that she gets the help that she needs. I was wondering what Giselle was going to have to say about this. I think the comments about the wigs, I don't know if she was trying to add some levity to it or not, or just being shady and caring at the same time. It's hard to say. It's Housewives, so you just never know. We never know what to expect in these situations. So anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about these stories. What you think about the Latasha situation. That's what I'm really interested in hearing. I want to know how y'all feel about it. I mean, ultimately, it ain't really up to us. That's between her sisters, Xscape, and God. But I'm still curious. Like, I'm fascinated. Can we get Mona Scott and Bravo and some cameras back to rolling? Because I think we need to see this. I'm just saying. It will make for good TV. All right, y'all. With that being said, if you want to follow my journey here in Thailand, definitely check out my personal channel. I place the links in the community tab. With that being said, y'all, your boy is tired. I'm going to bed. I will catch y'all in the next video.